believe Angel Gabriel spoke to Muhammad, but it not exist. You believe something not exist in the Quran.
Okay.
So we're Christian. We're asking Muslim couple of questions. So which one you want to pick?
I mean, I can answer all of them.
Hey, give me just choose one and give me an answer.
Why are you a Muslim?
Yeah.
I mean, I was born Muslim.
Okay.
Who wrote the Quran? The Quran was compiled by the companions of the Prophet.
Okay, but who wrote it?
The Quran, we believe, is the word of God.
I know.
Who wrote it, like pen on paper?
Yes, yes.
Many people wrote it. They memorized it.
Mm-hmm.
A few years after the Prophet died,
Mm-hmm.
Muslims started fighting among each other,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them were getting older, they were dying.
Mm-hmm.
So they realized, because they only knew it by heart,
Mm-hmm.
there was no paper, so they said they're dying, we have to preserve it.
Mhm.
What we memorized, we're gonna write it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who wrote? So like if let's say right now I'll get Surah Baqarah, chapter 2. Who wrote Surah Baqarah?
It was written by hundreds of people, but they all wrote the
Do
same.
you have a name, like a couple names you can give me?
You know the third Khalifa, Uthman ibn Amr. He wrote it.
He wrote the Quran.
He wrote part of it. Other companions, Ibn Abbas wrote it. So whoever memorized
Where I
it,
can get this information? Because I know according the Hadith, which is when the Muslims has a really bad dispute among them about the Quran, and to the point they start calling each other they have a false Quran. So Uthman orders the Quran to be collected. So we know that Zayd bin Thabit, the one him and the scribes, they collect the Quran. But who wrote these original surahs or ayahs when, because they collect them from where? From who?
so, okay, well, that's the next question. How was the Quran revealed? It was revealed to the angel. Let me answer, and then you can dispute.
Mm-hmm.
It was revealed over 23 years by the angel Gabriel to the Prophet Muhammad. For 23 years, the Quran was revealed in that fashion. So Gabriel revealed it from God to the Prophet.
Okay, so
I mean, if you're going to dispute everything, do this, do that.
because I have I'm a skeptic person in my nature, so I have to ask. So you just said Angel Gabriel came and revealed the Quran to the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, we call that a wahi.
Okay, so where I can see Angel Gabriel speaking to Prophet Muhammad? Do you have a verse in the Quran like you show me like Angel Gabriel speaking to Prophet Muhammad?
I mean, I don't know the Quran by heart. If you look at the Quran,
You can look it up in your phone. I can give you Quran too.
no,
So this,
it's okay.
do you read Arabic, my brother? I read Arabic, so I use usually Arabic Quran. So you said Angel Gabriel has spoke to Muhammad.
I'm not a scholar. I don't know it by heart.
Yeah, but because you telling
You
me,
have to do you're asking the question. You have to do your research.
because I did my research, I read the Quran in Arabic, like you can see, I'm an Arabic speaker. So I read the Quran.
You're not going to get your answer in Balboa Park.
So, my brother, let me answer you. So when I read the Quran, I didn't see any verse in the Quran that Gabriel has spoke to Muhammad.
Quran is from God. God.
How I know it's from God if I never... Okay, you tell me. Okay, so you believe as a Muslims, the Quran came from God through Angel Gabriel when he spoke to Muhammad and gave him the verses, right?
I'll show you. Yes, that's exactly right.
So where is Angel Gabriel speaking to Muhammad?
Okay, but when it says kul,
Okay.
kul means say. That means God is speaking to the Prophet and indirectly to us.
Who's
That
saying
word
kul?
Kul is God saying this. Kul is saying say.
Who's saying that?
Kul ta'allu abdu. God. You know God. You.
Because look, my brother, so for me, you tell me this is a word of God. Okay, how I know it's a word of God?
Well, this is what
So
you
when
have
it's
to
saying Qul, how I know that was God speaking and saying Qul, not somebody else?
Well, I mean, if you choose not to believe, that's your right.
It's not about what I believe, but you believe Angel Gabriel spoke to Muhammad, but it not exist. You believe something not exist in the Quran. So let me give you example. So for me, if you're gonna tell me right now as a Muslim, Moses is a prophet and he spoke to God, I'm gonna tell you, do you have any place in the Quran show me Moses spoke to God?
Yes.
So,
Surah 20. chapter 20, chapter 2.
Chapter 20. So I can go, let me go to chapter 20.
I mean, you don't even, do you read Arabic?
Yeah, I read Arabic. So chapter 20, and you said verse, is in 11, verse 11, I believe.
I didn't say verse 11. Okay,
I told you.
what it says.
فلما أتاها نوادي يا موسى إني أنا ربك فاخلع عليك أنك بالوادي المقدس طوى.
So what do you get from this?
So from there, I know God is telling you, oh Moses, take off your shoes. I'm your Lord. You are in a holy valley. You know, I even can give you another verse here. It's here you can see ورسل قد قصصناهم عليك من قبل ورسل لم نقصصهم عليك وكلم الله موسى تكليما. So for you as a Muslim, you tell me Moses is a prophet, Moses spoke to God. I'm gonna ask you where you found that. I can find that in the Quran. For you, you can answer me with these verses. I can
These verses that you're reading, they were God talking to Moses. These verses were revealed to Muhammad.
So
all this was revealed over 23 years to Muhammad.
So when I'm looking for, my brother, if you can understand me, I'm looking for evidence that Angel Gabriel spoke to Muhammad from the Quran. So, if I gonna ask you, for you as a Muslim, why you believe Moses is a prophet, you can show me from your Quran verses. You tell me that Moses spoke to God and he's a prophet. So I gonna come and put the same standard to Muhammad. If you're gonna tell me Muhammad is a prophet because again Gabriel spoke to him, where I can see in the Quran something similar that Gabriel spoke to
when it
Prophet
says
Muhammad.
Any verse that starts with kul.
How I know that's actually Gabriel or God saying that?
So who is God speaking to? God is.
How I know this is actually the word of God?
But you just read the.
Do you have evidence? Because look, I'm looking for evidence from the Quran. Show Muhammad spoke to Gabriel. Because if Muhammad never spoke to Gabriel, the whole Quran is a word of Muhammad, not word of God. This is very critical for you because you Muslims believe Gabriel spoke to Muhammad, but where in the Quran Gabriel spoke to Muhammad?
I'm showing you the proof. All this when it starts kul.
Brother, this is ambiguous.
Kul means say. He is addressing the prophet. He is giving orders.
How you know he's addressed? How you know this is actually Gabriel saying that?
It's not. It's not Gabriel. Gabriel is a messenger. He's just communicating.
Because you said Gabriel spoke to Muhammad.
Gabriel revealed the verses. The words are from God. God gives them to Gabriel.
Okay, so Gabriel talked to Muhammad and revealed these verses to him.
And these verses come from
Okay,
God.
so how I know, where is I can see Gabriel speaking or revealing these verses to Muhammad from the Quran?
You have not heard of the Hadith of the prophets? Time and time again he says the revelation is coming. He's with his companions are with him. He's not alone for a lot of these hadiths. He's sitting in congregation. He gets a revelation. The companions, we get these from the hadiths come from the companions. Right?
But where is the Quran? Okay, even if I want to accept the hadith right now, where is in the Quran tell me go to the hadith?
Hadith is the life of the prophet.
I know where is in the Quran because look, if I gonna take this is a word of Allah, if I want to take it seriously, if I want to believe this is the word of Allah and I want to take it seriously, how I can take it serious? How I can say, oh, I'll do this or I'll do that if the book didn't tell me do it? How I can go to the hadith if the book didn't tell me go to the hadith?
The Quran is a book of rules and how to live your life. How to apply the Quran is from the Sunnah. You can't take one without the other.
But the Quran never tell me go to the Sunnah.
Yes, it does.
Could you show me where it's tell me go to the Sunnah?
I'm not a scholar. I'm just a regular guy.
So this is my brother. When you believe the Quran tell you go to the Sunnah, but the Quran never tell you go to the Sunnah. Actually, the Quran tell you something else. The Quran in chapter 12, verse 111, is the end of chapter 112. So here, see, لقد كان في قصصهم عبرة أو لولي الألباب ما كان حديثا يفترى ولكن تصديق الذي بين يديه وتفصيل كل شيء وهدى ورحمة لقوم يؤمنون وتفصيل لكل شيء. So if I want to find anything as a Muslims, I should go to the Quran alone because he said تفصيل. He's explicitly explained all things, everything about the Quran. Of course, I'm not going to tell you, give me rocket scientists. No, don't give me that. But at least what the Quran talking about is actually they're going to be give me explicit details about it. So if the Quran never tell me go to the Hadith, why I should go to the Hadith? If the Quran don't tell me Muhammad spoke to Gabriel, why I should believe Muhammad spoke with Gabriel or had a conversation with Gabriel?
Oh, okay. If you want to believe some parts, you can do that. But in Islam, you
I'm not believing part, but I'm not actually going what the Quran is telling me.
What are you want to prove that the Quran said that Muhammad is a prophet?
No, I want to see that where is Muhammad spoke to Gabriel. Because you Muslims, what you believe, this is the Quran is a word of God because the Prophet Muhammad revealed it for the Muslims and he received it from Angel Gabriel. Angel Gabriel came and spoke to him, give him the revelation, and then Prophet Muhammad came, recite the Quran, and Muslim took it and believe it as a word of God. But the problem is in the transmission. If we don't have a proof that the Prophet Muhammad spoke to Angel Gabriel, how can I able to say, oh, for sure this is the word of God?
In the proof, you're holding it right here. What kind of proof do you want?
Well, there is a lot of false prophets came and brought the books and they said this is a from God. But did there is any proof and evidence for them actually they got to receive the revelation from God? See, I can claim I'm a prophet. He can claim he's a prophet. But if you're going to tell him he's a prophet, he bought a book. He got your book and he told you, I'm a prophet from God. I have this book, follow it. Why are you believing him? At least you need to see.
There was no book when the prophet said. Okay, so you want proof that he was actually a prophet.
I want to prove he talked to Gabriel. So this is what I want.
Okay, when the prophet got
because if
okay, hold on.
so hold on, just let me finish.
You keep
Just give me one thing. If Prophet Muhammad never spoke to Gabriel, does make the Quran word of God or not a word of God?
Okay, so if he did not receive any revelation, then what was he preaching? Where did he get those verses from? Did he make them up? He was illiterate. He couldn't read or write.
It's easy. He living with Jews, he living with a Christian, he living with pagan, he hear what they say and they come and repeat it. Because this phenomena was also another self-acclaimed prophet in Arabia called Musaylam al-Kadhab, if you know him.
Yes,
He used to also claim to be a prophet and he used to have a book in verses like...
What happened to him? He got exposed. At the end, when Mecca was conquered, when the people, they moved to Medina, they stayed there, the Muslims, they went back, they had the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, Mecca was liberated. That guy and other guys, they were all exposed. So and why were they exposed? Because they were false.
So for you, if Musaylam al-Kadhab came to you...
What's a Kadhab? Kadhab means the liar.
So if Musaylam came and told you, I'm a prophet from God, how you going to tell he's a real prophet from God or he's claiming a prophethood and he's a false prophet?
What is a prophet? A prophet is someone sent by God. You need to have proof. Prophets, they all have miracles that came with them. Noah, Isa, Jesus, Moses, every prophet that was sent, the true one, had miracles and had scriptures, like David.
Okay, so where is the Prophet Muhammad miracles?
Did
he have a miracles in the Quran? I can see, oh, this is a miracle for Prophet Muhammad in the Quran.
Yes, all the prophets had miracles.
Because actually the Quran is saying something else. The Quran saying that Muhammad have no miracles. There is no miracles.
Yes, it's in this, in the Sirah, all the miracles are there. The Quran is not a history book. It's not the life of the prophet.
Because you can see here وَمَا مَنَعْنَا أَن نَرْسِلَ بِالْآيَاتِ إِلَّا كَذَّبَ بِهَا الْأَوَّلُونَ. So when it's saying we didn't send any miracles or any sign with Muhammad because the early people didn't believe in the signs and miracles, the people before time of Muhammad.
I asked you a question. I asked
so you... So how if the Quran saying something why I should believe something different than what the Quran says.
So hold on, you're jumping from one thing to another. I asked you if he's a prophet. If he's not a prophet, then where did he get the revelation? You said he got it from the Jews and Christians and the pagans. But the pagans, they were idol worshippers. What Muhammad was preaching was monotheism, so it was completely against paganism. It was completely opposite of Christianity and Judaism, even though they're all monotheistic. So what he was preaching, and that's why they persecuted him, was very different.
How you know this is what he's preaching coming from God?
Everything I say, you say, how do you know? How do you know?
Because okay, my brother.
This is in the Sirah, in the biography of the Prophet. Don't take my word for it. It's right there. Read it up.
But the Quran never tell you go to the biography. The Quran never tell you go to the Hadith.
It does.
Could you show me at least one verse in the Quran say go to the Hadith or go to the biography?
A Muslim has to gain knowledge about their religion.
Because this is the
I didn't say I know it from cover to cover. I just know the basics.
So this is my brother the idea. So when you telling me I believe Gabriel spoke with Muhammad, but I can't see that in the Quran. When you tell me
yes, it's in the Quran. I don't know what verse it's there. You'd have to do an online search or ask a scholar, ask someone who knows. Don't ask just a regular guy. I just happen to come here and I see you and I see what this is all about. So off the top of my head, sorry, I don't know.
So this is because you believe something not exists in the Quran. This is for me as a person who studied the Quran and study it and have a skeptic mind and looking for evidence. Okay, so Muslims saying Angel Gabriel spoke to Muhammad. Well, I can't see that.
I mean, it's there. It's there. You say you studied it, you would find it there.
I couldn't find it. There is none. There is a zero evidence that Gabriel spoke to Muhammad.
Okay. I mean, if you're a Christian, that's great. Follow. It's not
about me,
Don't
Christian.
attack other religions.
It's not about me. I'm asking a question. So I'm not attacking.
All this is to ask a question.
So if you are
You're asking random people that question.
So for you as a Muslims.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So for you as a Muslims, you believe in the Quran. Why you believe in the Quran is the word of God? Do you have any evidence show that the Quran is the word of God?
Yes. Any verse that starts with "Qul," God is addressing the Prophet. He is giving instructions based on the circumstances of the time. Any verse that starts with the imperative form, all the verses are addressed to the Prophet, but some are more direct because some start with an order. This is how we know.
But how you know when they're saying "Qul," say? How I know that Allah is speaking?
When you combine that with the Sunnah, because the Sunnah is the embodiment of the Quran, then to us.
So you're right now going to the Sunnah, which is written by men, and the Quran never tell you go to the Sunnah, and is written by men 300-400 years after the time of Muhammad, and you use it as a source.
The Sunnah is the life of the Prophet.
The Quran never tell you go to the Sunnah.
Well, I mean, I'm answering your question. This is what we believe.
So I know you believe, but you believe you are a millionaire. But that doesn't mean you are a millionaire. You need to show it. You need to prove it.
Okay.
So you tell me I go to the Sunnah. Okay, where is the Quran tell you go to the Sunnah?
You can't just take the Quran by itself. Quran and Sunnah are together.
But it's explained everything in detail. So the Quran, this is a verses not true when the Quran saying is explain everything for you in detail.
I mean, you're taking one verse or one part out of context and you're generalizing out of it.
There is a lot. There is not just one verse. There is the Quran have came to you in Arabic Quran. You might be understand it. The Quran is explained in detail. You know that this is like a 3, 4, 5 verses and all over the Quran is saying is a clear book. Is explain everything.
Sorry, I have
is in Arabic.
What was I talking?
Oh my brother, sir.